So everyone wants to move into the field of machine learning and data science. And in this video, I'm going to tell you 4 areas of machine learning, or I should say 4 steps that you should follow if you want to move into the field of machine learning and want to become a data scientist. Coming up. So before I even move into and start talking about the 4 areas of machine learning that you should focus if you want to become a data scientist or move into the field of machine learning, I want to thank everyone as we have now reached 10,000 subscribers. And a quick update to the channel is that I always had more of engineering content on this YouTube channel, but now it is going to be very specifically for machine learning, data science, PyTorch, TensorFlow, scikit-learn, algorithms and all that stuff. I promise to be a little more consistent now, and just make sure that if you are watching this video now, from this video onwards there will be only data science content coming on this channel, as I believe if you are a first year student or if you are someone who is moving into engineering, or even if you are a professional, data science is something that is going to be very crucial in the coming decade. And I think you as a learner or an idea enthusiast, you must know a lot more about data science. So let's move to our very first step that if you want to move into machine learning you should learn, and that is coding skills. Now I still remember that the very first video I made on this channel was on 4 steps on how you can learn machine learning. Now this video is almost same, but it's more oriented towards like you should say a deep learning approach, or maybe simple machine learning, but you can see just a recap. So when I say you must have a coding skills, now if you are coming from an engineering background, you often study C, C++, Java, right? But now things have evolved, and even kids from 6th standards and from high school, they know programming languages like Python and all that. And one of the very core programming language for machine learning and data science is Python. Now Python is very famous, and the reason that Python is suited very much for machine learning and data science is because Python supports a lot many different machine learning libraries on the fly. Now if you want to get started with NumPy, you want to do some mathematical calculations, then you want to have some graphical representation, there are tons of libraries that Python supports that will help you build your better machine learning projects. I think I have made a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel that does talk about the libraries that are used in machine learning, so I think you must consider watching them. So when it comes to coding skills, the first one is definitely going to be the Python. You must know it, but there are a good bunch of people out there who also like to use R. Now I have personally never used R programming language for data science, but I believe R is more precise. What you write lines of code in Python, R is a lot more specific. You can write that in less than like 5 or 10 lines of code if it is like maybe 15 or 20 lines in Python. So of course, if you want to move into R to choose your as a programming language, move into data science, you can definitely do that. So the only benefit of you using Python is that Python is very much versatile. If you know Python, you can make games, you can do web development, right? It helps you build better APIs. So my first preferred choice is that you should focus on Python. If not Python, then maybe R. And just not these 2 languages. There are other languages like JavaScript, right? Definitely. Now TensorFlow.js is an example of if you are a JavaScript developer, you can also use your programming skills. And if you come from a JavaScript background, you can use TensorFlow.js that runs in your browser client side to run machine learning models. So the first one was coding skills, and that involves Python, R, JavaScript, and a bunch of more coming into the market, and the one of them that is also Java. With Java also you can learn machine learning. Now let's move on to the second area of machine learning, that is maths and statistics. Now I have made a dedicated video that talks about the statistics involved, basic statistics involved when it comes to machine learning. The reason maths and stats is very important because at the end of the day you're going to work with the data, and that data may be in a form of array, right? That may be a matrix. It may be in the form of an Excel file, which is again a kind of matrix. It may be images. Now you know images are pixel values, and they're again matrix. So everything that you do in the field of data science and machine learning, at the end of the day, it is all about matrices. right? And matrices is a very I still remember, if you come from high school, right? I mean, if you had maths in your high school, matrices, relations, functions, these are the topics that we have studied very well. So if you do understand what are sets, relations, functions, right, then this is really going to help you out. Having said that, even if you know facts like the mean, median, mode, and all those very basic statistics, that will also help you plot a better graph and visualize your data. I mean, when you import your data in machine learning project, the very first thing you want to do is to visualize your data and try to get the insights of it, to basically understand on what your actual data says. So if you have an understanding of statistics, go and pick any high school mathematics book and just go through the basics of statistics. I've made a dedicated video on that, and I'll put a link in the description so that you can follow along. So after coding skills, the second part is maths and statistics. Alright, so now let's move to the third point, and that is machine learning theory. Now, no doubt machine learning involves a lot of programming. You work with the data sets, you train, you test, but even to move into those steps, it is very important to understand the fundamentals of machine learning. That is, to understand what is supervised machine learning, semi-supervised machine learning, reinforcement learning, right, unsupervised machine learning, then what is training of data set, what is testing of data set, how you split the data, right, what is prediction, what is over training of the data, overfitting. These are the machine learning concepts that you must understand even before you go and start writing your very first data sets, working with the very first data set in machine learning, because these theories are very important. I have seen many people, they would go to the internet, they would watch any of the YouTube video, they would just start copying it. You may be able to reach the end goal, that your result may be exactly perfect, but you lack to understand the theory. Remember, whenever you work with the data, a data is a story, right? You need to pick up the story from that data. And to do that, you must understand the concepts of machine learning very, very thoroughly. And that is very important. If you do not understand the theory of any of the algorithm, say very basic of linear regression, you just cannot understand or create, go ahead with the field of machine learning. You may be able to use inbuilt functions like scikit-learn and other TensorFlow libraries to just go and create a linear regression model, but that really doesn't make sense if you do not understand the theory. So theory is very, very important, and it is skipped by many people. So I would suggest that if you are learning machine learning and if you want to move into the field of data science, having a very, very good knowledge of theory is always going to help you out. With that, we now reach to our fourth point, and which is very, very crucial. You now know how to do programming, you also understand maths and statistics, you also have the knowledge of machine learning theory. Now the next thing is to build your own projects. Remember, if you just look at any of the YouTube video, or if you just go to GitHub, or if you just go to any of the Stack Overflow or any of the website, you just look at the code and you feel that, hey, okay, I understand it. That really doesn't make sense. Remember, machine learning and data science is very similar to mathematics. If someone solves it and explains it to you, you definitely understand. But at the same time, if we give you the same question to solve it, you're going to face the problem because you never practiced it. So even if you look at the code and if you understand it, one of the best way is to go ahead and practice, which means that you should build your own machine learning projects. It may be very simple as creating your first two arrays and just predicting the next values of y, right? Or it can be with digit recognition, or it can be convolution neural network. Remember, you must make a project so that you can have a practical skills, that hey, you're learning theory, you're doing also programming, but you're also doing the practical at the same time, which is very, very important. And just don't, once you complete a project, don't just stop over there. Go ahead, write an article, put it on GitHub, right? Just tell your connections that, hey, this is my code. Would you like to go ahead and tell if there's any improvement? Share your code, which is very, very important. And even I'm gonna put my GitHub code in the link description so that you can just go ahead and I'll start putting much codes over there. And I'll also start blogging a website where you can find all the content that I make for this YouTube channel. So as I said, those are the four steps. You need to have coding skills, you need to understand maths and statistics, you must also know the machine learning theory, and towards the end you should make machine learning project. There are tons of content available on the internet. Even I'm gonna put a lot of content on this channel now, maybe 2 videos a week. I'll definitely try, but I'll start from very basic so that you all understand. Having said that, I think we are almost more than 10 minutes on this video. Thank you so much once again. If you have reached till this part of the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. And you can also follow me on Instagram or on Twitter. It's just Code with Simon. You can just search over there. I'm pretty active and often reply all your queries. Let us know how you have started your journey with machine learning in the comments below, and I'll watch you in the next video. Thank you so much, and till then, take good care of yourself.